Welcome back. It is midday now. Turn what, 24? No, turn 23. So there is no HQ phase today on the in the midday turn. So we do have some units to land, and I'm very excited about that because I think things are looking up with that grouping coming in and what I'm doing with the 3rd division. So we'll land those, and then we'll keep rolling, because that poor little green unit sitting up there, the poor little green position, is going to be surrounded. And so even if it's an elite, he's going to die, and he is not going to come back. So, but I do got to hope that as these guys land, there is no green. Now, let me look at these boxes here. Yeah, green could feasibly, and it's weird that it would happen. They can't hit these guys, but green could feasibly hit all of these guys landing here. Because I have to draw a card for each one of them. So, but it's got to be whatever symbol. So let's go ahead and begin. We'll start with the leftmost, my heavy weapons. Well, my heavy weapons, I do have an engineer under there, so a couple of engineers. So if I get a green, whoa, and I get a triangle or a diamond, then one of those will get hit. So, and I got a green and I got a triangle. So first group that comes in, engineer gets hit. When they land, they don't get disrupted, though, I don't think. It's been a while since I've landed units under fire. Alright, the next group comes in, and I got a green, I got a circle. Nope, no circle under there. I have the headquarters, and I have a diamond unit, so they come in free. Next group, got a green and a triangle. So that triangle guy gets hit. And then next group comes in, no green, so they're good. And then the next group comes in, got a green and a diamond. So let's see, we got a triangle there and we got a circle, so that's good. They don't get hit. And then next group, oh, these guys, there's nobody in positions that can hit them because there's no those positions aren't occupied. So I don't actually need to draw a fire card for these two. So they just land freely. So that's not too bad. I took 2 hits, 1 to an engineer unit, and we're landed. Okay, I still have the HQ unit. That'll come in wherever, I guess. They don't count for anything. You know, as far as landing, he's not going to get hit. But I gotta figure out where I'm gonna want him after he lands. Probably up here, because I'll put him right there. Probably up on the upper part, because they're gonna be advancing, and so I'm gonna want to plant it and flip it to the command post as soon as he lands, and I want him to reach out as far as possible. So what I'm hoping to do up there is, once I take that green position. Oh, and I thought I was going to land next to him. Shoot. I was hoping to take... Well, I still can, can't I? Yeah. I can say that these guys landed here. Let's put my HQ there. Because the whole thing is... Well, I'll move these guys here too. The whole thing is I want to have this surrounded. Because now I control this, I control that. This guy can't trace communication. So once I take him, he won't be able to retreat. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, what I'm excited about is that, you know, once I take that position and I start moving this way, I've got all of these non-occupied positions. If I can jump into them before they get occupied, then I'm in good shape. Also, if I jump into them and I happen to get, you know, draw that card and they occupy there are only 1, 2, 3. It's only 5 more reserve units here in the 3rd sector. So if I start running into them, that's going to run out. Now eventually the culling, you know, some of them will cycle back and I'll have more, but I'm not too afraid about getting units on the board because I have to take them all out anyway as I march across. So if I can get them out and take them out early, then I don't have to worry about them later. I can just continue marching. So this is going to be a slog down here. When I get to that black position, it'd be nice if I can get up, if I can maybe get some units to come in here as I enter. Maybe by the time I get to black, they won't have any more reserve units for anybody to jump in there, and I'll just take the position. I didn't even think about that because I was worried about that. You know, as I was looking at this, I'm sitting here at turn 23, which is about a third of the way through the game. And round about, I don't remember where it was, 16, 17, 18, as I was just starting to enter into 3rd sector, I was thinking, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this because coming by here, there's a lot of units I have to hit, and a lot of these, you know, I have a lot more black positions to hit. And I got the quarry I was waffling about and all of this, and I wasn't sure I could get by. But now I'm thinking, if the sector doesn't have enough units in reserve because they've been pulled out for other reasons, then maybe that black position doesn't even get filled. Maybe this black position, you know, doesn't even get filled or fully filled or whatever. You know, because Sector 4 doesn't have a ton of units to come in either. So maybe that's the key. I don't know. All right. So that is amphibious landing. There is no HQ phase, so we skip straight to the event phase. And we are on the 25th. And so it is mortar support, 60-81 millimeter mortar support. I don't know if that's for us or if that's for Japanese. So let's once again consult this. I like it because there's a lot of events, and so they tend to be different. I mean, I've gotten a lot of the naval gunfire. I haven't gotten much lately, but you know, there's a lot of different events that can come up, and so it adds to it. All right. Here it is, last one. Disrupt one Japanese position, not a hilltop or black position, and add a Japanese depth marker. Well, it's a little bit good, a little bit not so good. So disrupt one Japanese position and add a depth marker. Add a Japanese depth marker. I don't know if they have to be the same position. It doesn't really say. Disrupt one Japanese position. It doesn't say how close they have to be. It doesn't say anything like that. So I don't know. See, now, you know, I would think the green guy up there, just simply because that's what I'm closest to. And I suppose I could disrupt him at a depth and it won't matter because I'm going to hit him with so much firepower that I should be able to completely take him out regardless. And if I disrupt it, then it doesn't matter if I draw a green fire card. So how about that? All right, why not? Let's do it. Let's give him a depth marker. It is regular depth. And then we'll disrupt him. Now my guys are going to be free and clear to bust his butt as soon as their turn starts. Alright, so that is event number 1. Now we do Japanese fire phase. And alright, so let's see what this does. We got yellow can hit stars. Ooh. We got red reinforce. Oh, and we have an eye. We have our first infiltrate. And there's only 3 of these in the game, and I just drew one. And it's got a black. So I'll have to look and see what that does. But here we go. Alright. So yellow, the only occupied yellow position that's in range of anything is these guys. And they can hit stars. There's no stars there. I, of course, have an HQ here. But let me double check. I mean, I know with the tanks, when you have the armor, it means that they get disrupted. If they're in steady field of fire, they get disrupted, not hit. I don't know if that's the same thing for the star action, so hold up. Yeah, so it doesn't say anything about what type of fire they're taking. It just says if fire card includes a position with the color, position color with a star, or position of that color may hit a leader. If one or more units must be hit, then and a leader is present, the leader must absorb one hit. Well, the only thing in that stack that can take a hit because it's steady is that leader. Although I guess, wait a minute, I guess if there's a diamond there, that would take the hit instead of the leader, but that's a stack. I mean, it's going to take a hit because I've got the quarry there. So the one thing I'm seeing here, though, that I didn't realize is that heroes and regiments up here, heroes and regimental HQs do not become disrupted by Japanese fire or actions, but the units are stacked with may. I think I've disrupted a hero before. I think when I had that one hero down here, this guy, I think I had disrupted him once or twice down here when he got hit. It's no big deal, but I just got to remember that heroes can't be disrupted. I don't think I'm worried about that with the officer I had up there, because the officer automatically undisrupts things no matter what. So anyway, so that just means, yeah, that dude will take a hit. So let's go back to here. My engineer, I think, is dead. I'm losing. That's the third unit I've lost, and that'll be the third engineer I've lost. Yeah, because I can take up to 7 hits from those dudes. So yeah, that means my engineer is dead. That's not good. And then yeah, the only thing here that can take a hit is this HQ unit. It didn't say battalion HQs can't become disrupted, so if this guy becomes disrupted, I'm going to have to heal him. I'm going to have to get him off, really, is what I'm going to need to do as soon as I take these black positions. And that's the only thing that the yellow can hit. So just those two right here. So that's it. My engineer dies, my leader, my battalion leader takes a hit. Everybody else is safe. So bye-bye, engineer. Sorry, we could not protect you. So that is it for yellow. I can't hit anything else. Alright, so now we got the red R action. So we got resupply. If it's occupied and units are in field of fire. This guy does not have units in field of fire. This guy, there's nobody there. Although he's gonna end up doing the reinforce. Let's just look around for any other reds that are in my vicinity. None. Okay. So none of them are going to take the resupply action. Redeploy, move one unit closer to an empty position hex, and then fire. These guys have nowhere closer to advance to, because everything else is taken up. This one's more than 3 away, so they can't advance any closer to me. Are there any other red occupied positions? This guy up here. Oh no. This guy up here. Remember how I was saying, hey, maybe I can get over here and he won't occupy that. Nothing will occupy that if I get rid of enough. Well, guess what? This guy is within 3 of this, so he's now occupying that hill. Well, it was wishful thinking anyway, I guess. So yeah, there we go. And I forget, redeployed, do they do it out of locations that have what do you call it? Artillery. Occupied position with no units in field of fire. Move next to the next position within 3 hexes of the current position. They move to a position. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about artillery, so I guess they'll leave their artillery. I mean, he's going from artillery to artillery, but still, I was just wondering if maybe I could, maybe I could get away with it. But nope, he moves. All right. So that happened, and that's the only red that can move. So now we do reinforce, where we place a reserve unit with a depth marker and no fire. That's going to be both of these in communication within 3 hexes. So these guys that I had taken and then I backed away from are getting reinforced. That was a chance I took. It is what it is. First one, depth marker, is a regular depth marker. Second one, depth marker, is a regular depth marker. Artillery is destroyed already. But they both get one of these. So now there's only 3 reserve units left in the pool there. So at some point they're going to become free entry. Alright, now the dreaded eye. I have to look at this because I have not done the eye action. I have not done the eye action. Infiltrate. If it's unoccupied, non-garrisoned position, not in Japanese communication, and within 3 hexes of a U.S. unit, place a reserve unit with no depth marker. Doesn't fire. Closest to the U.S. unit, and then lowest number position group. Yeah, so first it's going to be black. I'm going to remove these disruption markers from my black positions because black is always going to have an action. I'm going to try not to knock over my stacks, as I always do. And so it starts out as black. If I have any black positions that are unoccupied, they're not in Japanese communication, so they're behind the line and they're not garrisoned. Now the thing is, I've done a good job to garrison them. I know these all back here do have, they don't have garrison markers. So that's because I was running out of garrison markers, and so I started pulling them off in order to put them closer in. So here's the deal. I don't know that there are any positions that can actually take an infiltration. It's either going to be black or it's going to be green. There's no unoccupied black positions. And I've got this green, but it's garrisoned. I've got this green, but it's garrisoned, and I have units on it. I have no greens or blacks behind the line that would be able to infiltrate. So I think that's not going to do anything. So then it just becomes, what now? If they're occupied and units are within field of fire, then they just fire. If they're unoccupied, place 1 unit from the reserve and any unoccupied hex within 3 hexes not in communication. Yeah, so I've done that. There's nothing. So now it's just a matter of it's either green or black can fire. These black lose the disruption, and then this green loses its disruption, and this green up here that I chose to disrupt with the event loses its disruption, and the unoccupied greens don't do anything unless it's behind the line, which I already went through. I don't think there's any other greens that can fire or do anything on me. So that's it. I was scared of this eye, being that it's not going to come up very often, and I was afraid of it when it would come up. And this one came up, and it's even got a black line above it, so it would have infiltrated and it would have stuck it in a black position had I not had any ungarrisoned. But it's not going to do anything. So no problems, no worries. Alright, so that's the fire. So now we move on to the second event phase, which is the back of the card. What did I do? Oh, I pulled this off of my discard pile. My bad. Alright, all heroism. Add 1 Japanese depth marker. Okay, well, I get another hero, and I have to add a depth marker. So this guy right here, or this guy right here, is going to get the depth marker. It's going to be the one that is the lowest number. That is G4, and that is F9. So the 4 is going to get it. So thankfully the black is not. And I get a hero. I think I might want to add that hero in the 5th division. Yeah, so I'm going to put that over here on my event space. I'm going to grab a depth marker. It is a regular depth. That's going to go here. That's not a horrible thing. I should have enough firepower to take that out and hopefully take his depth marker out. And then I get a hero. Here are my heroes. I'm going to reach in here randomly and pull out a hero, and it's an NCO. Okay, that's good. So we already have our one officer out there. Now we have an NCO that has some of those undisruption powers that an officer has as well. So now where to put this guy? Like I said, I think I want to put him on a 5th division. I could put him on a 3rd division too. But I think the 5th division is going to have it tougher down in this area. So let's give him to, I don't know, this guy's sticking out right here. What if I gave him to him? Just because. Yeah, sure, why not? These 4th guys are going to hit this guy, and then these 4th guys are going to hit these 2, and then hopefully I'll pull them back and start moving out with the 5th divisions. So these guys are going to be running point up in this area, so that might be good. Let's do that. He can help out with this attack probably, and maybe even once we defeat this guy, they can be the ones to run in here and occupy. I don't know. That way if there's a close combat, they will be able to handle it better. So yeah, maybe that. Okay, so that's it. Now we're on to our portion of the game. Let's go ahead up there to the top, and let's just go ahead and blow this guy out of the water. Let's see, we've got 11. We've got, that's down to 6. So we've got 14 is 20 something. Yeah, I mean, he is just all kinds of overpowered. I'll throw 3 points of artillery at him just to be on the safe side. So that'll be, 1, 2, 3 more out of the 3rd division. Or maybe I'll just throw 1 point of artillery at him. That'll bring, because I used 3 points last turn. If I use 1, that'll just at least satisfy if it's got an artillery requirement. But I've got more than enough strength coming at him that should be all I need. So now I just gotta hope it doesn't have a naval. Alright, so that's like 30 something coming in. I'll count it up if I need to. Okay, so this guy, just demolitions. Okay, I didn't have to worry about cutting him off, but anyway, he wouldn't retreat anyway. So that's 2 demolitions I have. I have the strength more than tripled, and I have the weapons. And we flip this. Hey, look, I did it right. Artillery, it's a 0, so I really have it more than tripled. And I brought that point in, which satisfies the artillery requirements. So these guys are gone. And yeah, I have that under control. So I think I'm just going to move these guys over to occupy without having to worry about drawing a card. And all of those guys are used because I just brought the house at them. And then these guys, let's see, I'll move them down in there. Now they've got more movement, so I might just go 1, 2, 3. These guys, if they moved over, yeah, we'll do that. We'll move them over this way. I don't want to move into those just yet. I want to position people, or do I want to move into them just for the sake of trying? Yeah, I wouldn't get a whole lot. I wouldn't get anything too good with close combat here. So I suppose I could have done this. I could have brought them in this way. And then with these guys here, and go ahead and jump these guys into this position hex here. And let's just see if that works. So I need a blue, or I don't want to see a blue. No blue. Okay, so he's able to freely get in there without an issue. So we're moving right along with my new, fresh 9th infantry division. And then, I mean, I guess these guys move. They don't. I'll put them there. Sure, we'll call that their area. Yeah. Okay. Let's move this group along. 1 hex movement. I'm going to leave that engineer back. I'll move these guys in here. 1 hex movement does not draw fire. And I just have to hope that I don't draw purple next turn. This is their buddies here. They'll move in here. These guys will move along here over the bluff. These guys will move. The tanks can't go into the bluff. So this guy will move here. These tanks will go along the road here. And I guess let's just go ahead and send them up along with those guys. All of these tanks are not in great positions to do anything because they got to jump over all these bluffs. So we'll just move them along the road here. Whoops. This guy, is this the same? No, I want to keep them separate. Let's see, that's 221 with an engineer. That's 221. I can jump this guy up here. I can move this guy over here on top of that engineer. I can actually move the engineer back. There. Alright. Moving right along. These guys coming over. Sure, we'll come over that bluff and we'll stick them there. These guys will come over here. That's a heavy weapon. Let's put the heavy weapon up there and let's put this guy back with this guy. That's 1, 2, 3 movement. Okay. Moving along. Now, the problem is I got my 21st Division here. He's got 5 reach, which, remember, your command post, and I haven't really had this come into play, your command post, this guy has a 5 reach already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the HQ, if they're in command, can reach another 3. So I could feasibly leave my HQs back and send the infantry on, and they'll have a total of 8 reach. I don't know how important that's going to become. It might be end up being more important to move my command post along, but for right now, he's okay. And leave him where he is. Alright, so let's move down here to these bozos. So he just gained a depth marker. He is a 4 strength. He is in communication. He has nowhere to retreat to, so if I hit him, he goes back up into the elite units pile. But I have to attack something on the airport, or my event comes into play, my airfield objective event, and everybody would get a depth marker. Now, where there's only 3 more units left up there, there's a ton of depth markers left in that cup. So I do want to attack these guys. So this is bazooka and machine gun. There's no terrain bonus. So what do we have here? I got 3. Did I not? I guess these guys got hit at the end of last turn, or during the last turn, where I couldn't heal them. But yeah, but then my officer undisrupted him. So, and again, I'm taking it. This is an overstack. This is a classic overstack. I've got 3 infantry units in there, but the rules state if my officer can undisrupt anything at any time. At any phase. So I'm thinking that the overstack doesn't matter with the officer. So, but let's go with sheer strength and see what we have. We got 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 2 is 11. Plus half of 8 is 15. Plus a full 8 is 23. This guy at face value needs at least a 12. I can do the same thing and bring in 1 point of artillery just to make sure. Yeah, that should be good enough, I'm thinking. Because if this is like a 3 underneath him, then that's 7. I would need 21 in the weapons, but I've already got the weapons so far. So let's do that. Let's bring in 1 point of artillery just to be on this. Well, I'll bring in. Yeah, let's see if we're all right. This takes demolitions and machine gun, and it is that 3, so it is. I need 7, so I need 21 total, which I have. I've got demolitions, I've got machine guns, I've got bazookas, all with the full strength guy. So that means they're eliminated, but they are in communication, so that elite unit goes in. So I got 3 to 1. They're revealed. JDX, all Japanese. Wait. Japanese unit and unrevealed depth marker, which is here. All Japanese units disrupted and 1 depth marker is eliminated. Okay, wait. So I guess because he was revealed, he was unrevealed. The only way I can hit him and kill him with everything is if he was already revealed. But since that depth marker came in, it was unrevealed. It's just disrupt the unit and remove the depth marker. So crap, I can't occupy that space, but the depth marker is gone. So I wouldn't have even needed to look at that. Now it's in communication, so I guess that means even though the unit wasn't defeated, the depth marker is still in communication, so it will go up here. He is disrupted. That is good, at least a little bit of good news. That just stinks because no, this guy already had his depth. I added the depth up here with that guy. Oh, so hold up. Maybe he's not defeated up there. Am I been doing that wrong? If it's Japanese unit and unrevealed depth marker, it would have been JDX and don't. Okay, well, shoot. I've been doing that wrong. I don't know how many times I've done it, but I don't just automatically kill him because I didn't have him revealed. So if I got 3 to 1 and an unrevealed, he's just depth is eliminated and he's gone. So if I hadn't added that depth there, I could have eliminated the unit. So, well, let me find that guy. That is this guy, I believe. And so my heavy weapons and stuff aren't in there. I'll just surround him. But he's disrupted. And I'll have to wait till next turn to actually kill him, assuming he doesn't get a depth marker. Alright, well, but I attacked this guy with all of those units. And again, maybe I should have waited on using some of them. Maybe I should have used these guys instead, so that I could pull some of those 4th Division guys down. No, well, let's move these guys closer. Let's move this guy closer. Whoa. These guys closer. These guys become undisrupted. These guys before they became undisrupted, if I can move them here, then they're out of fire. Let's go ahead and move them here, and then next turn I can pull them off. These guys up here are occupying. Wait, the 26th. 26 just came back on, so. I don't know, could I have garrisoned that in the last turn? Oh, it doesn't matter, it's not garrison. I couldn't have garrisoned this. That's where these guys are, so I don't want to pull them off just yet. Although I could do this. I could take these guys and have, before these guys became undisrupted, hopped over here one at a time, move one back here. Oh, it's just one guy. Okay, so move one guy in, move this guy back, move the other guy in, and now that's occupied. I'm going to move, well, no, I don't want to move off of that one either. I want to move more units in. So let's say, again, hopping over. Just the whole, you know, do it in the right order, overstack, beware of overstack thing. It's too much to think about. So I don't want to worry too much about it. Alright, these guys will come over here. They're not close to these guys really, but I don't think it's that much of a big deal. Actually, yeah, it kind of is. So let's have moved these guys here and these guys here. That way he's close to his headquarters. Alright. So I can't move this guy yet, and he participated in that firefight, as did he. What's under here? That's 124. Where are my 124s? Oh, they're down here. So let's move him there. And if I take, oops. I take this guy here and I stick him there. One hex movement, doesn't draw fire. Then I've got those two occupied, and so these guys will be hit and cut off. This guy it won't matter because he's not an elite unit, but this guy it will. So let's barrage these guys to get them disrupted, and then we'll close combat them. So this guy on the last turn became disrupted. Now he's undisrupted. So once again, I don't have full strength tanks there. This guy got a disruption this turn. No big deal. It's just tanks. So this guy will lose his disruption. Alright, so let's do it. Let's barrage these guys. First, let's take this single tank and barrage him. Black's barrage color is established as brown. So the single tank, I want to see a brown, either or, it doesn't matter. Brown, all I need is a disruption. So if I can get a brown or a triangle, I'm in business. I got a brown. So he is disrupted. So that'll help because all I need is one hit on the close combat. Now we're going to take these two stacks. We're going to try to barrage this guy and knock out his depth. So here I want to see a brown circle. I got two tanks there, so I got the full 6 So if I get a brown circle, which this one was, it's a shame. This is a shame that I wasn't using this guy then. Yeah, no brown, no circle. So no disruption whatsoever. Oh, sure, and that's a diamond. So I want to see a brown diamond coming from that way. Oh, look at that. I got the brown, I got the diamond. Sweet. So that kills that disruption, and it kills the depth marker. That is exactly what I was going for. And that extra CC is gone, and that is 2 cards subtracted from his close combat. And because I moved this guy over first, he is not in communication. That ugly 4 strength, close combat, naval gunfire depth unit is gone. No more will he be seen. Alright, so now let's close combat these jokers. Now over here, these guys are turned, because they moved down from up top. So this stack has got to jump in. Eek. And I have, but it's tank. I got more tanks. I didn't realize I had all those tanks there. So I could still jump, I could jump in with the tanks. That'll give me what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 3 cards plus the flamethrower is 4. I could almost get 5 cards. I'm one pip away from getting 5 cards because the tanks are double. That's 8, 9, 10, 11. Shoot. I could technically jump in with another HQ, but then I would be overstacked. I don't want to do that. So do I feel comfortable with 4 cards to 2? I guess so. What kind of field of fire is this in? See, the nice thing about that is I do that. I could keep the tanks there and move these guys back and take them off, and I'm not too worried about whether I take the tanks off or not. Why the heck not? I didn't use these tanks. They can move in for close combat. Let's do it. I hope I don't take any hits, because then that means a heavy weapons or a headquarters need to be hit, and that's not necessarily great. So let me think about this. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, whatever. Alright, close combat battlefield. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. He gets 1 for the unit, 1 for the close combat symbol. I already established that was a brown. The black is brown with the barrage, so let's go ahead and go with brown. So no brown, and no event, no reinforce event. That's always nice. Alright, I got the brown. US fire on counterattack. Doesn't happen. So that's it. He's already disrupted. This guy dies. He has no retreat because I've got his retreat blocked off by my command. And so he's gone. See ya. Alright, and then these guys end up in there. Just like so. Alright, now I got my hero stack. That guy's disrupted because he's overstacked. I think these guys tried to hit him last time. Alright, so I got 2, 3, 4, 5 steps plus a hero plus a flamethrower. So if I get an extra step in there, that will give me 6 at least. That'll give me 4 cards. Right now I've got 1, 2 flamethrower, and I got 1 for the strength. So that's only 3. I want more in there. So this group, someone from here is jumping in. And it's probably going to be the full strength guy, because that'll give me 9. So that'll give me the full 5 cards. And I know they'll be overstacked, so someone will be disrupted after the fact. But I've got 6, 7, 8, 9. My hero, so that's 3 cards. Flamethrower makes 4. Hero makes 5 against his measly 2. So that's what we're doing. Alright. I actually think on that last one I gave him 1 fewer card than I should have, because he was a 4 strength unit, but it didn't matter because he drew nothing and I drew the first hit and then he was gone. So my bad there. Didn't come into play. Alright, so that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Gives him 2 cards. Color is still brown. We got a brown. So, but there's no event. So we lose a card and we take a hit. My hero was already hit, so it's going to be this guy who gets hit. And he'll get disrupted. Alright, so now me, I didn't get brown. That's not good. Alright, he didn't get brown. US fire on counterattack, it's not a counterattack. So now I got 3 cards left just to get a brown. I need a brown on one of these 3 cards. No brown there. No brown there. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. How did that happen? Okay. Well. I couldn't get a hit off of 5 cards. I wonder, is this card that I'm gonna go ahead and look. I don't usually look, but I'm gonna do it. Yep, look at that. The card that got taken away was a hit. Well, okay, well I took one of the positions. Is what it is. Alright, this grouping is now super overstacked. Got my hero, my HQ, and that guy I couldn't take. But at least the barrage got rid of the depth. We live to fight another day. And maybe next turn I jump in with my 5th division. I'll move my 5th division over here so that they're the next guys to attack, so I can keep my 4th division from having to lose too many more points. This guy is super overexposed. I don't know if I should have done that. I think it was good because it cut off the retreat, but I realize now that I'm not, you guys can see that, but I realize now that I maybe shouldn't have moved this guy over here. It was good because it cut off the retreat. It was bad because now this guy is definitely going to take a hit next turn if I draw yellow. So, gotta hope not to. Alright, so let's go ahead and move some of these 5th division guys in to start occupying more. The tanks can't go over the bluff, so those guys will move in. Tanks will stay there, and these guys will move on top of the tanks, which means, of course, the engineer can't move, or he can't go with them. Let's see, I can move these tanks over to here underneath this guy, and this guy could actually also take that heavy weapons. Except that marries 4th and 5th division. I guess that's okay. Maybe these guys just go ahead and move back, and then I take them off. Yeah, 1. And then we'll 1 by 1 move people over so that I don't have the overstack. So we'll move these guys over here. Alright. This is still cluttered, but this black position is now completely surrounded. I don't know if there's anything else I can do with the 5th right now. They're kind of clogged up, waiting for that black position to get taken so that they can move forward. Are there any other 4th division guys I can move backwards? I can move these guys backwards one at a time. Although, where are these guys? Oh, because they were disrupted. So, if I were to move these guys back, that would disrupt these guys. See, I get it, but it just makes it hard to retreat. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave these guys here for now. Or do I just let that get disrupted by moving these guys over, and then I just can't move them in? Maybe. Maybe. Where's my other 324s? Are they under here? Are they under my hero? 223. 324. Yeah, my hero's a 324. And then he's probably got a buddy down here that is too. Nope, they're all 223s. So that's two 324s. That's it. Oh, the guy I just moved up here is a 324. That's not good. Yeah, so it doesn't matter whether I pull them off now or not. I'm not going to get a point for him anyway, so we'll wait. Everything else is kind of stuck right now. I mean, these guys back here, I do want to keep the 28s and the 27s together. Already I've got 27s up here and 28s down here. So I don't know. Do I swing the 28s up? Yeah, because 27 was down. I don't know why these guys are here, but they are. Those are 128s, so never mind. Let's not move those 128s there. That doesn't make sense. The 28s were needing to swing. These guys were hit, I think. So that's why they're I took the disruption off of them. So that's why they're twisted. Alright, so let's move these guys over here. Yeah, we'll put them on top of the 26th. And then no, I'll keep them here next to their buddies. And then oh, these guys are twisted too. I guess they were hit. So I'll move these guys up here, but keep them close. Yeah, I don't know. And the stack's starting to fall all over the place. That's the tanks. Is there anybody else I can or want to move at the time being? No. I need to get the blacks taken. I need to move the 4th off, and then I need to have the 5th advance. So, yeah, that is all, I believe. It's everything I can and want to do at this point. Alright, so now we're on the Japanese artillery. We do still have stuff in the 2nd. Did I take any artillery positions? Well, this is all... How did this get all messed up over here? Okay. Did I take any artillery positions? No, because I didn't take any positions. Because I took that position, which was already, the artillery was already destroyed. I couldn't take this position. That's not an artillery anyway. And I couldn't take that position because, and that wouldn't be an artillery anyway. So yeah, I didn't take any more artillery. So it still is what it is, or what it was. And so we have. What, 22 from here, so that makes 7 coming over. Divided by 6, so it's 1 position. It's usually the way it is. That's not a double stack there. I was hoping maybe to disrupt a 4th division stack that I had moved over, since it doesn't matter whether they're disrupted or not if I pull them off. It doesn't happen. So, who do I want to disrupt to not take a hit? Or do I just go ahead and take a hit on a, what was that? That was this, on a circle? He's not a circle. Do I go ahead and just take a hit on a circle just to avoid having disruption? No, I take disruption. I'd rather take disruption than a hit any day. So I think it's going to be these guys just because they're stuck in there until someone else can move. So sure, we'll disrupt them. What am I on? Green? Sure. That also means, well, they're still disrupted. No, I guess it's yellow. This turns disruption. I forgot to take some units off that I wanted to. I wanted to grab this guy. Sure, I could have grabbed these guys. I can take this group of 4th Division right here. I can't take any of the other 4th Division guys that are on the front there or that are in here. So yeah, let's take these guys off. I'm not going to heal them up just yet. Okay, so back to what the heck was happening. Oh, artillery. So I disrupted those guys, and so now this sector has 15 plus 5 is 20. Oops, wait, that's, keep pulling from the wrong pile. 20 divided by 8, 16. Rounded up is 3 units. So maybe at this point I disrupt a couple of the 4th Division that aren't really doing anything right now. Or the 3rd Division, excuse me. Yeah, sure. Let's disrupt these guys in the back here. 321s, yeah. The 321s, they're disrupted. Take the hit. Okay. No Japanese raid. Everybody is covered. So that is the end of this turn. Good deal. I think I actually did this all in one take. I don't think I paused this time. Sweet. There you go. There's turn 20, whatever I think we were on. 24. Midday. Now we'll get to the evening phase.